Hi, second grade. We have been having so much fun subtracting our two-digit numbers using our base 10 blocks. We are going to dive in now into a different model to help us subtract these problems. So let's go ahead and get our targets ready today, and then we're going to dive right in. I can subtract two-digit numbers using an open number line. Now, friends, we've been doing subtracting two-digit numbers already, but today that little difference is that we're using that open number line. And before we can use that open number line, who can help refresh our memory on what an open number line is? Okay, so when we think about an open number line, it is a line with numbers on it. Okay, where do our bigger numbers go on an open number line? Just like any other number line, right? So our bigger numbers are going here. And then what? Yes, as we go this way, our numbers get smaller. So as we make jumps back, we are going to smaller numbers. What else do you know about an open number line? We don't have to make jumps for every number. So we can make a large jump of a 10 or a group of 10s or a group of 1s. Maybe instead of making 3 little jumps, we make one bigger jump of 3, right? So an open number line, we know where we're starting. We end up stopping where we're trying to stop. But in the meantime, we're making these larger jumps. So we're going to be keeping that in mind today as we solve some more subtraction problems of two-digit numbers. Now remember, when we're thinking about those two-digit numbers, what digits do we have? We have a tens digit and we have a ones digit. As we take a peek at those, we want to be keeping in mind how much our tens are worth and how much our ones are worth. Our first problem is asking us about the difference. So I went back and I thought about finding the difference in lots of other problems that we've been doing in second grade. And I just wanted to give us that reminder that the difference is if we have a number that's this big and we have another number that's this big, that difference is the space between, right? How much more or how much smaller is one number from the other? And so as we're finding the difference between these numbers, I want us to think about that. And that might be helpful as we're using that open number line. Our first problem says, what is the difference between 67 and 52? Let me say that to you one more time. What is the difference between 67 and 52? I want you to use the tools that you have. I do want you to try to use that number line to help you solve this problem and write an equation to match. You all might use that number line a little different way. And so what equation would you write to match your work? Go ahead and get started. You can always think back to what we did yesterday when we were using our base 10 blocks, and we're going to be transitioning to use this open number line today. Go ahead and solve, and we're going to talk about your work as we come together. Where did you start on your number line? Why did you start there? Okay, so are you going to go up to bigger numbers or backwards to smaller numbers? How far back are you going to go? Why? So then what number are you going to land on? Ooh, what number did you start at? So are you going to go to bigger numbers or smaller numbers? And how much bigger are you going to go? Well, you're going to stop at that number. You're going to stop at the 67. Where is your 67 in your work? Where's your 52? So what is your difference in that on your number line? All right. As we're coming together, remember that you can always stop our video and play it when you are ready to share your thinking or learn from others as we show our work. All right, we're going to start off with a bang. Let's take a peek at your number line. Okay. Remember when you're drawing your number line, something that might be helpful, just like I did with my one up here, is using those lines in your notebook to help you. Otherwise, we can make a pretty wonky donkey number line, can't we? Okay, and where did you start on your number line? And why did you start at 67? Because it's your larger number. Okay, and then what did you do? You took away, okay, so how much did you take away? You made a big jump of 50. And why did you take a big jump of 50? From the 52, okay. And where did you land? And how did you know you were going to land on not 50, not 27, 17, silly bee. Why did you know that you were going to land on 17? Because 6 tens take away 5 tens equals 110, okay? So you have your 6, you're taking away 5, and then you have 1 left over. And what about your ones place? It stayed the same. Why did it stay the same? Because there were 0, 1s, and 50. Okay, what did you do next? Why did you take away 2 jumps? Why did you make 2 more jumps? Because it was 52. All right, so taking away 5 tens are 50, and then 2 1s. And what did you land on? 15, okay? So let's take a peek at this work. Where is your 67? At the start, okay? And where's your 52? Big jump of 50, and then 2 1s, all right? And when I do that, I love to make one big jump. Anybody else do that? Yeah, kind of bring it all together. And then what's your difference? 15. So what equation did you write to match your work? 67, take away 52, equals 15. And what was your unknown? It was that 15. Okay, so remember we're writing a number line, and we're also writing an equation to match that work, okay? All right, that's one way to solve it. Can I have my friend here share their work? It's a little different. Again, I use my lines on my paper to help me draw that nice, strong number line. Where did you start? 52, huh? And why did you start at 52? Because you're finding the difference. So what the space between. Okay, so then what did you do? What did you add? You added to get to 67. So you're starting at 52 and you're trying to get to 57 to find the difference. Okay. And how did you do that? What did you do first? Okay. So you know 52 plus 10 is going to get you to 62. Okay. And then you needed to make some jumps to get there. So 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. So how many little jumps did you make? So if you're finding the difference between 52 and 67, where is that difference in your work? It's right here. That space between it is 15. And where's that 15 from? 10, to get 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. So what equation did you write to match your work? 52 plus that 15 gets you to 67. All right, friends, take a peek at those two ways of using a number line to subtract or find the difference between these two numbers. What do you notice about these two number lines? How are they the same? And how are they different? They say they both came up with 15 as the unknown, didn't they? Okay, so they're both going to say that the difference is 15. What else do we notice about these two number lines? One subtracted and one added. All right. Do they add the two numbers together? No. So they started at 57 and they added to get to, or sorry, not they started at 57, they started at 52. Silly Miss Baker. Realize that after I go back. Why don't you guys catch me when I do things like that? Start at 52 and jump to get to 67 to find that difference. This one, starting at 67, taking away the other number that we know to get to what we don't know. Can we use addition and subtraction to find the difference? Is the difference a bigger number or a smaller number than those numbers in the equation or in the problem? It's smaller, isn't it? Haha. So we're going to keep this in mind as we go and we solve our next problem and as we do some more practice on our own, okay? Your next problem, and I want to see you using some of these strategies to help you use that number line. 98 take away 34 equals blank. Now, just because my equation is already written here, does that mean that you can't add to help you solve this? It does not. So we're just wording it in a different way, or we're presenting it to you in a different way. That doesn't mean you have to solve it with just subtraction. You can solve it in whatever way works best for you using that number line. All right, go ahead and get started. 98 take away 34 equals blank. Where did you start on your number line? Okay, so are you going to add or subtract if you start at 34? What are you going to land on? So where will your difference be? Where are you starting? What jumps are you making? How do you know that you need to make those jumps? Why are you making 3 jumps of 10? And then what other jumps are you making? 4 ones. Okay, and why 4 ones? Because that 34. All right, friends, we're going to come together in 5, 4. Remember, if you need to pause our video to kind of take an extra minute, that's fine. 3, 2, 1, and done. Oh, I'm loving some of these conversations we're having. Okay, let's start us off. Over here, where did you start, friend? And why did you start at 34? Okay, because you're trying to find out the difference. And so then what did you do next? You knew you were going to stop at 98. Oh, I see somebody raising their, doing a little wiggle waggle, like me too, me too. Which one does that remind us of up here? Our purple or our orange? Our purple. Let's see. What did you do next? Okay, so 30. You know that 3 plus 6 equals 9. So 30 plus 60 equals 90. All right, so then how did that help you? What did you do? If you're at 34, then you need to make a big jump of what? 60. Holy guacamole, that's a big jump. And where do you land if you jump 60? 94. Okay, so 3 plus 6 equals 9, so 30 plus 60 equals 90. All right, and then what did you do? 1, 2, 3, 4. And why only 4 more? Because 4 plus 4 equals 8. Ah, so you were adding your 10s, and then you're adding your 1s to get to there. So 34 plus 60 got you to 94. And 94 plus 4 equals 98. So then how much did you add, or what is your difference? Your difference is 64. And look right there. There's that 64. All right, I'm seeing some wiggle waggles. You solved it a different way though, friend. How did you solve it? Okay, you started at 98. Okay, and then what did you do? You took away 10, 20, 30. And why 3 jumps of 10? Because you're taking away 34. Okay, so that's the equation you use to help you. All right, and so when you jump 10 from 98, what did you land on? 88, and then you took 10 away 10 more. 78, and then you took away 10 more. 68, and then what did you do? And you took away a jump of 4, or 4 little ones, right? And what did you land on? 64. And so where's your 98 in your equation, your work from that equation? 98, okay? And then where's your 34? $10, $20, $30, $34. And then where is your difference, or where's the number that you landed on? 64. They used that equation that was there, but what equation did this friend use? 34 plus 64 equals 98. So again, we're adding or we're subtracting. All right. I want us to take to our seats these 2 ways of showing our thinking. Remember, as we solve this, we really want to be thinking about how many 10s are we taking away or are we adding, and how many 1s, right? Your exit ticket, and I want you to use your open number line to help you solve this problem. So you can use it in any of these ways we've been doing here, but I want you to use this open number line to help you solve 45, take away 12. What is that unknown going to be? Here, let me put my little box for my unknown. And I want you to show me how you're going to solve it. And then you're going to have a couple more problems to practice and getting used to using that open number line. What did you want to say? Oh, yes. It is very similar as we look at those base 10 blocks, isn't it? We're going to have time later this week, after we've practiced this open number line a couple more times, we're going to have some practice solving it in all of our different ways and seeing how they're similar and how they're different. All right, guys, exit ticket first, and then you have a couple problems on your independent practice sheet. Happy solving!